Hey guys, Kathy here at Parents Academy. Yesterday I did some Facebook Lives from our neighborhood night out event, and I realized that people were seeing that maybe had not seen the Parents Academy Facebook before, and they were asking me, well, where are you? Where's this thing going on? So I thought maybe I need to give a little introduction when I start Facebook Live. I'm Kathy Lozano. I am here at Blessed Sacrament Academy on the south side of San Antonio at a lovely program called Parents Academy. Our goal is to equip parents with positive parenting skills that reduce family stress and build family success. And the way that we try to help parents in the most challenging job on earth, raising children, is providing encouragement, inspiration, support, and education. So the main thing that we do is group-based classes. And so you'll see posts here of graduations. We had one graduation on Monday. We'll have another group finishing tonight in our Positive Discipline Toolbox class. And so we do group-based classes where parents get together, talk over some topics, share some thoughts and ideas, and sometimes share some frustrations. Raising children is quite a challenging thing. It is not for the weak of heart. If you made it through one day as a parent, there's a lot more like it, right? There's joys, there's love like you've never felt before, but there's challenges as well. So hello from Blessed Sacrament Academy. Got to hydrate here. I'm blessed to be the director of the program, and I've had the opportunity to do loads and loads of parent workshops over the years. Right now I'm doing 2 workshops on Mondays and Tuesdays. So that's why I'm over here hanging with y'all on Wednesdays on Facebook Live. So I want to tell you about a couple of things we have coming up. I know all of you may not be watching live. You might be checking into this video later. So I want to give you just a little of commercials up front. If you haven't been able to join us in person at one of our complete workshops, we still got you. We have something for you. If you have a little one, if you've got someone in your life who is causing you to go to the store frequently for diapers, you know what a premium it is to get some diapers. We just opened a partnership with the San Antonio Diaper Bank, and the Diaper Bank, their goal is to provide for families and help out in any way that they can for that expensive time in the life cycle called diaper time. We are partnering with them, and one of the things that we're really excited that we're going to be able to do is we're going to have some free diaper giveaways. Now, we'll be having our first event coming up, and this is for families that have children from birth to age 4. So we're going to host a small event. I've got a little flyer here that I will also be posting on Facebook. I know it's backwards right now, but I bet you can read where it says free diapers. What's going to be cool about this workshop, it's going to be just a quick 1-hour workshop. It's called Keep Your Baby Safe. I know some of y'all are really talented and you can read backwards. So the workshop is going to be called Keep Your Baby Safe. It's just a quick 1-hour workshop, and there's 2 choices of when to come. It'll be on October 16th, which is a Tuesday. We'll have a morning session from 11 to 12, 11 to noon. It's kind of a come and go kind of thing. We'll have a quick lesson, and then you'll have an opportunity to get a package of diapers from the Diaper Bank. The packages that we are receiving have about 20 to 25 diapers, so that's going to help you out. If you have a little one, this class is for you. So you have a choice to come from 11 to noon. That's one session that day on Tuesday, October 16th, and the other session will be from 4 to 5 p.m. So if you can come during the day or at the end of the day, we'll have that opportunity. This is something we will be doing again. It will be on a first-come, first-served basis, and we are setting up registration on our website. So for now, if you want to save the date, that's October 16th for some free diapers. And we'll also have some door prizes. What's going to be kind of fun that day is we're actually going to have a raffle for folks who are interested in joining our Birth to Age 6 workshop. That is an 8-lesson workshop that really goes into detail. And sometimes an obstacle for participating in the class is a registration fee. We're actually going to have a raffle. We're going to give out a couple of free registrations to interested folks. So that'll be on October 16th. So watch our website. When I get everything posted on the website, I'll put here on Facebook. that the free diaper day is open for registration. We're going to have a max of 25 people, and we will do our best to match up. We have a limited number of supplies of diapers, of packages, so, once that post, jump on it. If you miss out on the October group, we're planning to do another one in November, but hopefully you can jump on board, because the cool thing in October, at that lesson, we're also going to be giving out baby bucks that go with the diaper bank. They actually have like a shopping market day where you can go in person to the diaper bank, take these baby bucks, which are little certificates that we'll give the people that come to our workshop, and you can go there and buy other baby stuff with the certificates. So it's pretty awesome. So think about October 16th, put that on your schedule. If you have a child in your life who's costing you money in diapers, we want to help you out for, a little bit of time here with some free diapers. So that's October 16th. And that's for families with little ones. For any family, whether you've been here before, you've never been here before, you came before, you just want to come and have some family fun, we're having another family art night. I know this is super shiny. I brought this from the other room, and it's hopefully it's not blinding you, but you can see there's a bat, there's a cat, there's a paintbrush, and there's a pumpkin. It's going to be family art night on Thursday, October 18th. So that's just going to be a fun time. It's like an open art studio from 5 to 8 p.m. There will be a place for you to register on the website for that. For $10 a family, that includes your art supplies and a light dinner. You don't have to be here right at 5. You can join us anytime during the session. So last time we had folks who were here at 5, we had some that came at 6, we had some that came a little bit later, and everyone had a super fun, terrific time. We'll have a few, fun, creepy projects for Halloween as well. So there's going to be open painting and some arts and crafts. So that's just another way to get together and have fun and meet some other families and make some friends. I know a lot of times we're looking for fun, family, safe activities to do. And here you get to have the fun with your kids. And once you pay at the door your registration or online, you don't have to go around. It's not like a carnival where you got to pay at every table. So that's going to be just a super fun, cute thing that we're going to be doing. So those are a couple of our events. And then the last thing we have going in October that's going to be registration based is our October 22nd birth to age 6 class. So that program will be set up Mondays and Tuesdays again for families with children under 6, does include meals and childcare. And the registration fee is $50. So if you come to Diaper Day, you put your name in the hat, you could win and join us for that class. And so those are the little commercials that we have of things coming up. I want to let you know here at the top of the hour also that next week I won't be doing a scheduled Facebook Live. I'm actually going to be out of town attending a leadership conference. So I may pop on at some surprise time, but there won't be a scheduled program time next week. I'll be back in the regular programming in 2 weeks from today. So those were my little commercials from Parents Academy. If you got to come by to our neighborhood night out last night, we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of festivity, and it was great meeting neighbors. Great meeting people from our community. We partner with Seton Home, which is next door to us, with St. Peter St. Joseph Children's Home, and with the Jewish Family Services Counseling Center. So, and Por Vida Academy here on campus, the Child Development Center, Parents Academy, Blessed Sacrament Academy. We were all together having some popcorn, some snow cones, some hot dogs, some fun, some Zumba. We got to take our picture with the fire truck, the fireman, the constable, our city council representative, Rebecca Villagran, and the HEB buddy, not to forget. I was like, who is the most VIP that showed up? I'm like, I think it's probably a toss-up here somewhere. But it was kind of fun taking your picture with the sack of groceries, too. So that's what we had yesterday, just getting to know our community. And here at Blessed Sacrament Academy, we serve all kinds of people, from infants through teenagers, through adults, and even seniors. So, if you haven't been around the campus to see what we do, we invite you. Come and check us out. So that was a lot of commercials, but we got a lot going on over here at Blessed Sacrament Academy. So, make a little pause, huh? Topic for the day. Today on our Facebook Live, I want to just give a pep talk for parents. You guys are in the trenches day and night, morning and night, checking the toothbrushes to see if they got wet, if they got used, checking the bath towels, checking the car seat, checking the seat belt, checking the homework, checking the backpack. Is there anything you're not checking, right? Our job as parents, it's 24/7. I always say it's like Buzz Lightyear, 24/7, infinity and beyond. The amount of things that we try to take care of and manage and keep going, it's huge. It's huge. You are the CEO, you are the CFO, you are the COO, you are the president, you are the emperor, you are the king, you are the queen, and the servant all at once, right? One of the things about family life is there's a lot of leadership required, and there's also a lot of service required. And I think our children start learning very early how to be part of a community in our family. You know, it's like they don't wait till they get to the neighborhood or they get to preschool to learn about community. They learn that in our home, and they're learning that from us. So it is pretty amazing when you think of all the busyness that we have and all the routines that we have. I see someone giving a thumbs up, so somebody's on here watching. All the busyness we have, all the routines that we have, all the things that we're doing, you know, we don't realize our children are watching and they're learning and they're basically kind of filming and recording our life. This is like really old school with a camera, right? We look at, they're paying attention to everything we do. And so how we handle things goes into their memory bank. What's important to us goes into their memory bank. And it's big. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but none of us is going to be the perfect parent. We're going to have days that are pretty good. We're going to have days that are okay. We're going to have days that our nighttime prayer is, thank you, Jesus, we all survived, right? Because there are days when you're just like, what am I doing? And does it even make a difference? You know, when we look at the amount of, I mean, there's no way to add up, right? How many noses we wipe, how many shoes we tie, how many bottoms we wipe, how many times we say, can you go pick up those toys? How many times we ask, we remind, we cajole, all those things that we do as a parent matter. They all make a difference. And sometimes it feels like no one is listening to you, yet those things are going into their memory bank. The fact that you did not give up is going into their memory bank. Even if it looks like your head is about to blow off, you're still there. You haven't slammed the door and left. And if you had the day when you slammed the door and left, I bet you came back, right? One of the things about parenting is that there's really no sanctioned breaks, right? We used to joke around when I'm doing a project with my brother. It's like, you're not supposed to be slacking off. Is this your union sanctioned break? I'm like, there's no union for parents, right? It's just like work, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And so if you're taking a few minutes for a pep talk, it's because it's time for you to slow down for a minute. You know, we try to have everything done. We run. And you know, your kids don't care if every crumb was off the kitchen table. They're not seeing all the things that we think they're seeing. They're looking at other things. They're looking at the love in our eyes. They're looking at the way that we tuck them in. They're looking at the way we respond when we greet them. You know, one of the things that I learned at one time, I was at a workshop and they were talking about greeting your child. You know, when you have a young child, they are so excited to see you. They run, their arms are out, they run, they're so excited. Mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. They're so thrilled. As your children get older, they're like, oh, you're here. Okay. Bye, whatever. Don't holler out the window at me, you know. We tend to set the stage on whether we're interested in seeing them. And I'm not saying interrogate them when they get in the car, but greet them, make eye contact, connect with them. I know in today's world we're connected so much of the time, and a lot of times we're not connected with the people that are right there with us. So, you know, when we're with our kids, you know, the best advice I can give is when you're in time with your family, your phone is out of the picture. I've seen some families that have a little box they put their phone in for dinner time, and everyone just puts their phone away because this is our time to connect. When your child is talking to you, connecting with you, connection is the main word. What happens after a while is no one's connecting with anyone. And we sort of set that stage. You see so many families, everyone's out to dinner and everyone's looking at a screen and no one's looking at each other. So looking at how we can build that connection, that quality time. They are watching us all the time, and sometimes we wish they weren't. But the reality is we have to get some time for ourselves. And so looking at, there are days when you're very weary. There are days when you're like, I have tried everything and nothing worked. I was sharing with one of the parents that shared in class last night that she had been using the positive reinforcement, pay attention to what you want more of, and when she would compliment or affirm her daughter for something, the child was very excited, yet it did not change the behavior. So telling her high five for picking up toys or good job or thank you, she was responding positively, but it wasn't necessarily changing the child's behavior. And I think it's a two-step process. One step is you're building the relationship with your child. They are seeing you and they are noticing that you are seeing them. Like one of the biggest things for us is to be seen, heard, and valued. So even when you say to your child, high five, you picked up 3 blocks. You saw them. You know, what do kids say all the time? If you're ever at a swimming pool, isn't the main thing you hear, look at me, mommy, look at me, daddy, look at me, right? In the playground, at the swimming pool, wherever they're interacting or reacting, one of their greatest goals is to get your attention. Our number one thing. You know, children start from the womb on out. Their goal is to get attention. After a while, they submerge and they don't want attention and they don't want your attention, but it will come back around. It will come back around as the life cycle goes through its ages and stages. So that attention is really important. So what I was advising, you know, the mom in my class is step 1 is she is feeling seen, heard, and valued. And that's step 1 to strengthening your relationship. And the more you strengthen your relationship, the more likely cooperative behavior is to follow. There is no guarantee. You can compliment someone and that doesn't mean they're going to follow through. But knowing that they're seen, heard, and valued makes a difference. Because isn't one of our biggest frustrations when we feel that we're not acknowledged or appreciated? Like think of yourself from adult mode. When you know, somebody compliments you, sometimes you're like, okay, what did I do? Because we're not used to necessarily getting that affirmation. You know, we don't like serve dinner every night and get a big thank you from the family. We don't like, you know, take the trash to the curb and everyone's not standing there applauding at the door, right? There's a lot of times as a parent when it can be a very thankless job. Being a mom, being a dad can be a very thankless job. And if we're not sharing that appreciation with each other, it gets pretty dried up in the Pep Talk area. So I'm not saying don't make a list of all the things you do because that can just lead to a list of like, look at everything I do and you don't appreciate it. I mean, we were talking about that also in class, is just the fact that what if we made a different list instead of the to-do list? What if we made a list of what's done, what's happening, what's going on in our family? We love each other. We sing together. We play. We laugh at funny things. We have little jokes together. We sing silly songs. Whatever it is for you, those are the things that are building your family. That's building your family traditions, what you do. If you have silly songs or silly routines or things that you do, or just the fact that you sit down and play what they want to play. You play Tea Party their way. You play Candyland their way. You connect with them. One of the things they want the most is that connection. And so it can be hard to stop the to-do list and all the things you have to get done. Any connection that we make will help. But I think more than anything, what I want to say in this pep talk is get some time for you. And then very often we're like, well, when is that supposed to happen? We have to make it happen. The reality is there will not be time left over. Absolutely no time will be left over. If we don't make some time and schedule some time, and if there are 2 parents in the home, then we got to take turns, tag team, and give that other parent a chance to breathe. Give them that opportunity, whether it's they don't come home the 1 second after work is over so they can decompress a little bit, or they have time out with their friends, they have time to do something they enjoy doing, and then you also get couples time together. If we like nail ourselves that we can never be away from our children, and sometimes if you have absolutely no one you can trust with your children, you may be in that situation, but we have to look at how do we get some time individually. If you're a single parent, find another single parent that understands what you're going through, and maybe you can switch off childcare time, or you could go out as two families together to the park, to some activity, get to know their children, know kind of what things are like. As you make friends with the other adult, see how the children mesh together. And maybe for 1 hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours on Saturday, you take the batch with you, and another time your new friend that you get to know before you leave your children with them, obviously, will watch your children for a little while so you can go get a haircut or do an errand or whatever it is, you want to do. The reality is, the lower we get, like we were talking about the tank this week, when you're, in our emotion coaching class, we were talking about how the triggers that we have will go off very quickly, bang and boom, if our tank is really getting low. So what goes into your tank? What are things that fuel your spirit? If it's time with friends, we got to work that out. If it's time in nature, we got to work that out. If it's time alone to think, to breathe, to veg out, we got to work that out. Because the reality is, if your tank gets really low, that's the time we're going to short out the most. That's the time where we're going to blow up over a small thing, and then we're going to have two problems. The big mess we made with the emotional outburst, and then how bad we feel for yelling at our kids, or for yelling at our partner, or just at whoever and whatever. Getting that time for you, making those moments, and we just say, there's never time, like when do you think I'm going to do this? The reality is, if we don't, we're going to burn up, we're going to burn out. And no one is going to do well. No one in the family will thrive if you are drowning. And I know that I went through times as a parent when I was swirling in the whirlpool, and I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't want to ask anybody for help. I felt like, this is your mess, you deal with it. And when someone would offer help, a lot of times they'll be like, no, that's okay, I got it. Sometimes we don't reach out for a line until the water's up to here, or here, or here. So when somebody wants to connect with you, connect. Look at how your children can build quality relationships with other adults as well. If it's somebody that you trust, it's not like you're going to the Bahamas for a week. Maybe you're going to get a haircut. Maybe you're going to the store by yourself to put the things that you want into the basket and not try to keep the basket from tipping over with two toddlers. There are times when you can just take a breath. The reality is, when we haven't been breathing for a long time, it's going to be really hard to get ourselves in better shape, in better condition. And a lot of it is, what do I think about my role as a parent? If my attitude is, my life is over, I should have slept when I had a chance. If I'd have known this, if I'd have known that, I'd have never had kids. The reality is, kids are hard, and they're also the greatest thing ever. They're the most challenging challenge you're ever going to be challenged with, but they're also the most beautiful and the greatest reward, and sometimes the rewards don't show. I mean, that is for sure and for true. There are days when you would just sell them on eBay if it wasn't illegal, right? We probably all had those days. I think of certain days and certain times, and I know it wasn't usually my children's behavior that set me off. It was the fact that there was nothing in my tank but anger, frustration, and exhaustion. So what we can do for ourselves, and then just to realize how important you are, how amazing you are. I have parents around my table every week that this may be the only time they sat down, someone made a meal for them, and took their children off to play somewhere. The look of relief on their face and just tiredness, because, come on. As a parent, you're tired. You're balancing all these things. You're juggling all these balls. We were talking about work-life balance. That is a myth. There is no such thing as work-life balance. I don't think anyone anywhere has work-life balance. My advice, and I learned this from a mentor of mine, is work-life balance. That doesn't exist. What does exist is being present where you are. When you're at work, be at work, do work. When you're at home, be at home, do home. Connect where you are, and you're going to feel less struggle. If you're at work freaking out about your kids and freaking out about your family and freaking out about your chores or the electrician or the garbage disposal or whatever, you're not able to focus on what you need to do at work. And the same thing when you're dragging your work home. Whether or not you bring home work or not physically and try to do work at home, or you're checking your emails all night, or you're bringing home things from work, your family does not feel connected. And I know there are jobs and there are times, and I mean, I used to work, there was a time I worked 3 jobs. I worked full-time. Sorry guys, I'm on low power mode. Hopefully this is gonna hold out a bit. I'll check my time and hopefully we'll make it. There were times when I was on very low power mode myself, just matching my phone, right? I was working 3 jobs. I was running an early childhood center. I was doing parenting classes. I was teaching for Palo Alto College and St. Philip's College. So there were times I was working 5 days a week, 4 nights a week, and all day Saturday. And you can bet there were times I wish I would have been with my kids, but that was a necessary, mandatory thing at that time in life because of our financial situation. Fortunately, I had skills that I was able to get a job, get extra jobs to pull it all together. But I do remember one day, and one day I'm going to bring this and show y'all. It's in one of my wallets at home. I was going to do a training, an all-day training on a Saturday, and my kids were old enough where the older one was staying home with the younger one. And my daughter might have been in 2nd grade at that time. And, you know, I got up early in the morning. You know, I was going to let my son know that I was leaving. I was ready to go do a training at USAA, had all my gear together, and I go in the bathroom, and there's a little pink note on the mirror. On a little pink, like one of those little assignment pads. And on the little pink note it said, "Mom, wake me up and hug me." Oh my gosh. Did I feel extra super duper cry your eyes out sad that I had to go and do a training all day on the Saturday when my daughter and my son were at home? I sure did. I know I did that training and I went to do that out of love for my family. And there are times when we have to go the extra mile and do the extra things to keep our family together. But something really touched my heart. And I still have that little pink note in one of my wallets. And I just unfolded and it says, "Mom, wake me up and hug me." And that tells me, in spite of my schedule, in spite of the craziness that was going on in our life, we had the connection, and my daughter felt the value, and she wanted that hug before I left for the day. And you know, you can look at that as, oh, that's really sad, but I think as I can look at it in retrospect, it's very beautiful. Because we had that love and connection, and it wasn't based on how many hours we had together or if we got to do all the things that maybe some other people got to do. If she came with me to school when I worked on the weekends, she was here playing in the classrooms. If I was there, you know, grading papers for my college course, she was coloring next to me. We found a way, and I know that every one of you is also working to find your way to make that connection. Because the connection you're making, it doesn't just matter for now, it matters for always. If our battery holds out here, and sorry I didn't get enough charge to the phone, I found this book that I thought was really lovely, so I want to read this to y'all, and hopefully it'll make it to the end. If not, we may have to have a part 2 another day. And it's called Wherever You Are, My Love Will Find You. And it's by Nancy Tillman. And one thing that I thought was cool about this book is I saw when I looked on the back part, it's brought to you by Kohl's Cares. And I'm going to give a plug for Kohl's right now because we've received several books at the center that came through this Kohl's Cares program. So thumbs up to Kohl's. Wherever you are, my love will find you. I wanted you more than you will ever know. So I sent love to follow wherever you go. It's as high as you wish it. It's as quick as an elf. You'll never outgrow it. It stretches itself. So climb any mountain, climb up to the sky. My love will find you. My love can fly. I'll just show you all the side with the pictures, okay? So before we run out of battery. Make a big splash. Go out on a limb. My love will find you. My love can swim. It never gets lost, never fades, never ends. Well, some days the pages don't work the way you want them to. Sorry. If you're working, or playing, or sitting with friends, you can dance till you're dizzy. Paint till you're blue. There's no place, not one, that my love can't find you. And if someday you're lonely, or someday you're sad, or you strike out at baseball, or think you've been bad, just lift up your face, feel the wind in your hair. That's me, my sweet baby. My love is right there. I think that might be the end. Oh no, there's more. In the green of the grass, in the smell of the sea, in the clouds floating by at the top of a tree, in the sound crickets make at the end of the day, you are loved, you are loved, you are loved, they all say. My love is so high and so wide and so deep, it's always right there, even when you're asleep. So hold your head high and don't be afraid to march to the front of your own parade. If you're still my small babe or you're all the way grown, my promise to you is you're never alone. You are my angel, my darling, my star, and my love will find you wherever you are. So keep in mind, wherever you are, my love will find you. That's what we're doing, right, as parenting. We're planting a garden of love. We're building that day by day. We're going through whatever it takes to stick it out, to hang in there. When our kids are a hot mess, my love will find them. When they're sweet and cooperative, it's easy to feel that big love, right? The big love counts the most, I think, when they're not so lovable. They're always lovable. Sometimes they're not likable, right? So my pep talk for you is hang in there no matter what. It's worth it for your child to look back in life and know they love me no matter what. They were there for me. We got through some rough times and we had a lot of good times. And that's what we're trying to build. It's not about where we live or what we have. It's who we are. And when our children feel that connection to us, they are blessed in a way that will last a lifetime. Thank you for joining me here on Parents Academy. I'll see you guys back in a couple of weeks. Wishing you the best. Get yourself a break somewhere, sometime. Breathe and realize you're doing an awesome job. See you soon.